There is a moment after the loss that surprises and almost scares you. You stand in the kitchen and automatically reach for their food bag, completely without thinking. For a second, you forget that they are no longer there and will never return. And then it hits you, like a blow, the memory of their empty bowl there. But do you know what this moment really means when you think about it more closely? It means that they still live in you, in your habits and your body memory. Today I'm talking about something that many people experience after the loss of their cat. Something that confuses them, comforts them, and sometimes makes them feel both at once in a single moment. Your cat didn't just disappear. They left traces behind, everywhere in your life. And today I will show you exactly where these traces are and what they really mean. Let's start with your body, because that's where they left the deepest traces. Your hands remember their fur, the exact spot behind their ears. Your arms remember their weight when they fell asleep on your lap. Your stomach remembers their warmth when they pressed against you at night. These are not imaginations. This is muscle memory, and it is scientifically proven and real. Your body has learned over years how they feel and where they lie. These memories sit not only in your head, but in your neural pathways and muscles. That's why you sometimes reach into the void at night, exactly where they always lay. That's why you sometimes feel warmth by your side, even though no one is there next to you. That's not crazy. That's your body remembering them and mourning. And now it gets even deeper, because they also live on in your habits. You still leave the bathroom door open a crack so they can go in and out. You still look down at the floor before you take a step in the dark. You still wake up at 6 o'clock because that was their feeding time. All these little actions are not mistakes. They are proof that they still live. Not in a mystical sense, but in the very real sense of your daily life. They shaped your behavior, formed your routines, directed and changed your attention. You have become a different person through them, and that cannot be undone. And that is a good thing. That is their gift to you that no one can take away. But they don't just live in your body and your habits, but also all around you. Take a look around your apartment and pay close attention to the things there. The scratching post is still there. The pillow on the sofa still has their indentation in it. The window you always opened for them is sometimes still tilted open. Their traces are everywhere, in the scratches on the door frame that you never repaired, in the stain on the carpet that no longer annoys you, but touches you now, in the quiet creaking of the floorboard that always gave them away when sneaking at night. Every single one of these traces is proof that they lived here and were loved. And they have become part of your home, just like the walls and the windows. Some people clear everything away immediately after the loss, and that is fine too. Others leave everything standing, as if they were going to come around the corner any moment. There is no right or wrong. There is only what feels right for you. But know this, whether you keep their things or not, they remain in you. In the way you look at other cats and immediately feel that warmth in your heart. In your ability to instantly hear and identify a quiet meow in a crowded room. In the gentleness of your hands that learn to touch a small being tenderly. You have become all of this because they were in your life and changed it. And do you know what the most beautiful part of this invisible continued existence really is for you? You pass it on, without knowing it, every day to the people around you. When you listen to someone who is sad, with the patience they taught you. When you see an animal on the street and put out water for it in summer. When you talk to your children about animals and teach them to be gentle. In all these moments, your cat lives on, through you and into the world. They planted a seed in you that continues to grow and bear fruit. A seed of compassion, of patience, of unconditional love without expectation or return. And this seed does not die. It grows. It blooms. It is passed on to other people. Your cat may have lived 15 years or 10 or just a short 3 years. But what they planted in you will live on as long as you live and love. And when you are gone someday, it will live on in the people around you. In your children who have learned to always treat animals with respect and love. In your friends who have seen how deep the bond between human and cat goes. In every person who has understood through you that a cat can be family. That is not death. That is living on in its purest and most beautiful form on earth. Your cat is not gone. They have only transformed into something even greater. Into a legacy that you carry, share, and pass on with every day of your life. They live in you, through you, all around you, and they always will. Look around. Feel it. They are everywhere. You just have to look closely. Tell me in the comments, where exactly do you still feel your cat in your life? In what habit, what moment, what small action are they still completely alive? We read everything, because every story shows how love goes beyond death. You are not alone with this. Millions of people carry their cat within them exactly the same way. Sometimes you notice it in the most unexpected moments, when you aren't even thinking about it. You see a cat on the street, and your heart skips a beat. Not out of shock, out of recognition, as if something in you is saying, "There you are." And then you realize, it isn't them, but the feeling was real for a moment. That's because your brain has stored a pattern that will never be deleted. The shape of their body, the way they moved, supple and elegant. The color of their fur, the expression in their eyes that you have seen 1,000 times. All of that is archived within you, in a drawer that will never close. And that is not sad. That is a sign of how deep your bond was. Researchers call this emotional imprinting, an experience that permanently shapes and changes the brain. And cat owners are particularly affected by this, because the bond is so intimate and everyday. You saw them every day, touched them every day, lived with them every day. This intensity leaves traces that go deeper than even most human relationships. That is no exaggeration. Studies on human-animal bonds show this very clearly and consistently. And exactly for this reason, it is so important to take this pain seriously, very seriously. Because it shows how much they meant to you and how real everything was. No one has the right to tell you that it was just a cat. Anyone who says that has never experienced what it feels like to love so deeply. And you loved so deeply. That is not a weakness. That is your greatest strength. Your cat saw that in you, long before you recognized it yourself.